Listen, I know the title of this video seems mean, but I have a music school of hundreds of students and an online piano program, and I know exactly why so many students never learn the piano. In this video, we're going to be watching a lady named Stacy. We're going to be kind of a fly on the wall in her life, and shall we call her Sabotage Stacy? She's going to be doing all the mistakes that I see so many students making, which causes them to never learn the piano. By showing Stacy making all of these mistakes, I hope that you can watch her and ask yourself, am I making this mistake too? That way you can go ahead and correct yourself so that you don't end up not learning the piano either. Psst. And if you'd like to get more videos on how to go from zero to playing your favorite songs on the piano in months, not years, be sure to hit the bell and subscribe so that you're notified every single time I post a video about how to learn the piano fast. All right, let's be a fly on the wall in Stacy's life. Are you ready? Oh, there's Stacy. She's watching YouTube to try to learn the piano, which is really great. Hey, I think that's her watching the Piano-y channel. Nice choice. But look, I don't see her actually taking any steps to practice. She's just consuming information and doing absolutely nothing to learn. At least the popcorn looks good. What Stacy should do is actually put some effort in. I mean, she could download the Piano-y practice planner that teaches you exactly how to learn your favorite songs in 1 week. That's one step she could take. I hope the YouTube videos are fun, but if she never actually takes time to practice, then what's the point? She's never gonna learn the piano. Oh man, maybe I'm wrong. Is that Stacy taking piano lessons? That's great. Oh no, she's taking traditional piano lessons. That's when a teacher is just going to start them off with sheet music. I hope she's not learning Mary Had a Little Lamb. Oh, she's learning Mary Had a Little Lamb. Man, it doesn't have to be this way. What Stacy could have done is start by learning chords first. If she learned chords first instead of learning how to read music first, she would at least be able to play her favorite songs immediately instead of having to learn Mary Had a Little Lamb. Whenever students start with sheet music first, they get stuck and bogged down in the music theory and reading one note at a time. If she just learned some chords first, she could learn cool songs like this. For example, she could learn this cool song by Coldplay. The first chord is D minor 7. Then we got B flat. And then F major, and F suspended 2. That's The Scientist by Coldplay, and if you just learn some chords, you're gonna be able to play that song immediately. This is a much more fun way to start learning the piano than starting with complete misery and songs that you hate. So I would watch this YouTube video to get started with chords, and this is another good one too. But I have a whole playlist about chords, so I would definitely check that out. Okay, Stacy's practicing. Oh, but she looks like she's getting really impatient with learning scales. Looks like learning the scale felt challenging and she gave up the second she had to practice with 2 hands. Listen, learning scales with 2 hands is a whole beast. But the truth is that learning music is a language and you're going to have to be patient. I know it's so easy to be impatient these days when we have all these cool gadgets that let us do all kinds of things immediately, but unfortunately we can't install a microchip in our brain yet to be masters at the piano. It's going to take some practice and some patience. No pianist that you've seen has never struggled through scales. Any good pianist that you're watching on YouTube or seeing in concerts, they learned scales and they also struggled through it too. I had a phase where I struggled with it too. It's going to happen, so don't be impatient. You have to keep going. Okay, I see Stacy practicing again. Oh, but she's already giving up. She doesn't like to practice, clearly. So she just gives up entirely and doesn't try to find ways to make it more enjoyable. Just like with exercise, some days you're not going to want to practice. I'm just being real with you here. Some days you're not going to want to do it, but you have to find ways to find self-discipline when you're learning the piano. If you have zero discipline, just don't even bother learning the piano. You're not going to be able to do it. I know that's mean, but it's just the truth. So some things you can do are scheduling out when you're going to practice each week, checking off each week how many times you practice. Do whatever you got to do to actually get yourself to sit down and practice the piano. If you don't do this, you're not going to learn. It's really that simple. But trust me, most people don't find that self-discipline, and because of that, they never end up learning the piano. Oh man. Here is the epitome of reasons why students don't learn the piano. Here Stacy is just giving every excuse in the book for why she can't practice, why she can't learn. Here's the ultimate reason Stacy's never gonna learn. If you're filled with excuses like, I'm too old, I don't have time, I'm not talented, I'm not motivated, if you tell yourselves these things, you're right. You're not going to learn them. So you have to cut the excuses. You need to be self-aware and notice when you're saying that, because it's just not true. There's so many people who have learned the piano with no prior music experience. They start at 45 years old, 70 years old, 90 years old. You can learn the piano. I've seen so many people do it. So all of your excuses just aren't real. You have to cut them out. You're gonna have to realize that making excuses is not going to help you achieve your goal of learning the piano. So here's some ways you can combat the things that Stacy has done. Again, don't let yourself make these excuses. Cut them out of your mind. They're not real. Set realistic goals. So you can start small, and I would also watch this YouTube video about setting goals and download my practice planner that also helps you set goals. Link in the description. Do this, small, achievable goals that will give you some momentum and some confidence to keep going as you check them off. I said this earlier, create a schedule. Schedule in when you're going to sit down at the piano and practice. It doesn't have to be an hour. It's seriously, I'm not kidding, it can be just 15 minutes. You can get a lot done in 15 minutes. The next thing you can do to combat all of these bad habits that Sabotage Stacy is doing is find a teacher that doesn't teach the traditional way. And by that, I mean starting with sheet music and starting with children's songs. Find a teacher that teaches you chords first and has a program for getting you to playing your favorite songs. There could be a teacher right here. Just saying. I'm not saying you have to choose me or my Piano Accelerator program, but definitely find a mentor who teaches in a productive way, and that's gonna help a ton. Stay motivated by playing your favorite songs, celebrating milestones and every single goal that you achieve, and don't let yourself get discouraged by any setbacks. We all have them. Remember that learning the piano is a journey. It's like learning a new language, so you're going to need to be self-disciplined, patient, and also just open to having fun, open to making mistakes, open to playing poorly in front of your teacher and messing up in front of them. You just have to be open to not being perfect, but keep going even when you aren't. And lastly, of course, cut those excuses. Cut them. Unfortunately, I never saw Stacy ever doing any of the things that I just said. She completely sabotaged her success on the piano. So because of all this, Stacy never accomplished her dream of playing the piano. She did every single mistake I see all the time, which causes students to fail. Please make sure that you don't do these things too. Ask yourself, are you Stacy? Which one of these self-sabotaging habits do you have? Let me know in the comments, and let me know how are you going to combat those bad habits. And if you want to take the next baby step towards learning the piano, be sure to download my free practice planner. It will not only give you planner sheets to help you set goals for learning the piano, it's also going to help you go from zero to playing your favorite songs in just 1 week. So it has a great guide at the beginning on what steps to take to accomplish the goal of playing a few of your favorite songs in just 1 week. So definitely check it out. And don't forget, be sure to subscribe if you'd like more videos like this one, and I will see you next time.